Okay, in this video what we're going to look at is how you go about putting files from your own laptop or desktop into a Dropbox folder. It's a pretty easy process, but it's easy to mess up and move things off of your machine into a Dropbox folder rather than copying them. So I just want to show you how you go about doing this. First off, on your machine you open up the Windows Explorer, and that can be opened a number of different ways on any machine. But in Windows 7 here, I just click on the icon. But this is just your file explorer, how you go about looking at files within your own in my own laptop here. So I can look on the C drive for them, I can look in the pictures, I can click on pictures, my pictures, and I can see all these files that are out here, and these are just different folders with a bunch of different files in here. Down at the bottom I actually have a few images here. So what I can do is I can take any of these files and I can actually move them into a Dropbox folder by clicking on them and dragging and dropping them to another place. But let's say I want to move this picture of Dan and his Coke machine into a Dropbox folder. So what do I have to do to this? Well, then I have to open up Dropbox, and again there are a number of ways of opening up your Dropbox folder. One of which is just, you can see it's right here within my Explorer. I can click on it, but I wouldn't have both windows open at the same time. I could open a new, I can right click on Explorer and say I want to do a new Windows Explorer, and then go to the Dropbox folder that I want to put things into. That's one way. Another way is that you go to all programs, scan down, and you'll see Dropbox, and sure enough there's Dropbox here. So you can get to your Dropbox folders a lot of different ways. You can see I've got a number of different Dropbox folders. I'm going to put that picture of Dan here and his Coke machine into the 50th anniversary folder. And these files are just like they're on your own machine, but they actually are stored out on a server. So the little checkbox means that it actually is on the server at this point in time. And I can do anything I like with the pictures in this folder. I can delete this picture, and when I deleted it, it's gone from Dropbox. Hopefully I have it somewhere else if I'm deleting it off Dropbox. If I drag and drop a file into another folder, I could drag and drop it into another folder on my machine, or I can drag and drop it onto my desktop. A lot of different things I can do with it. So if I do that, by default I'm moving it rather than copying it. And so if you're pulling things out of Dropbox, you probably want to copy rather than move. And the only thing you have to do to copy instead of move is when you drag and drop it, you can see it says move, but if I hold the control key down, it'll change that to copy. So when I let go of the mouse button, it's actually going to copy that file. But what I wanted to do is I want to take this picture of Dan and his Coke machine, and I want to move that into this Dropbox folder. So when I drag and drop it again, remember it's going to say that do I want to move it? I don't want to move it. I'm going to hold the control key down and I'm going to let it go, and you're going to see this little circle there that says it's not on the Dropbox server yet. Somebody else can't copy it down quite yet, but once the checkbox shows up, they will be able to copy. And now anybody that I've shared this folder with will have access to this picture of Dan and his Coke machine. And again, to get rid of it, I have it on my own laptop. To get rid of it out of here, let's say I want to get rid of it, I can just delete the file, and it'll say, sure, you want to do that, and now it's not in Dropbox anymore. So you can see it's pretty easy to move files into and out of Dropbox. Hopefully this helpful video. Thanks. Have a great day.